What's up guys, it's Danta. So back in Shadowlands I made a leveling guide video, but with season 3 of Dragonflight just being released, people wanting all the cool transmog, especially night elves and druids, plus the fact that some things have changed, I figured let's just make a new leveling guide video for Dragonflight. Now this video is mostly for those that want to level up an alt, because we are going to use Chromie time. And sadly new players have to go through BFA first before they can use Chromie time. Now I don't know if this still works, but you used to be able to make a trial character, then you could make an alt and level through Chromie time. So basically the game would think that you've already leveled one character through BFA because you made a trial character. But once again, I'm not sure if it still works, so don't get mad at me if it doesn't. Now just one more thing. The first thing that I'll do is I'll be explaining the way I level up my characters all the way to 70 under at least 10 hours. After that, I'll mention a couple of other ways that you could level up to level 70. So with all of that out of the way, let's just get started with the video, shall we? So before we get started with leveling, there are a couple of things that you should know that might make it go faster and smoother. For those that have been gone for a while, heirlooms don't give any XP anymore, but they do make it so you don't have to deal with swapping gear all the time. Now this might actually be the only reason why you want to get heirlooms. Now you can still upgrade your heirlooms in either Ironforge or Orgrimmar, but it's not necessary in my opinion. I have my heirlooms upgraded to rank 4 and this makes them scale to level 49. You can upgrade them to rank 6 if you want. I felt like it was a waste of gold, so eventually at level 49 I just replaced my heirlooms with the questing gear that I got. So don't worry if you don't have any heirlooms or any gold to upgrade them, because they are not necessary. But like I said, if you have them, you don't have to deal with swapping gear all the time. So there's a potion which is called the Draft of the Ten Lands or Drought of the Ten Lands. I have no idea how you pronounce it, but you can buy it in either Borealis if you are Alliance or Dazar Allure if you are a Horde. Now this potion increases your XP gain by 10% and is only usable until level 49. It costs 5 medals, which you can get from doing BFA content. Now if you are unable to buy this potion, don't worry. I leveled a lot of characters without it because I just simply forgot to buy the potion, or because I was just too lazy to go to Borealis. And well, to be honest, it still went really fast. But if you have the currency for it, I'd say just go get it. The last thing that you might want to check out is which events are going on. So for example, we have the 19th anniversary event that's active right now. This gives you a 19% XP increase buff for 3 weeks. The Darkmoon Fair is up every first Sunday of the month. Here you can also get a 10% increased XP buff. Now some weeks there are time walking events which award a lot. And I mean a lot of XP. Almost an entire level whenever you complete a time walking dungeon. Now I think you have to be level 35 for them though, so if you want to queue up for those, make sure you are level 35. So yeah, keep your eyes open for all events as well. But that's it for the preparation. Let's get started with leveling now. This part is only for those that are not going to level up an allied race, since those already start at level 10. Now, when you make a new character, you get the option to either level up in your starting zone or in Exile's Reach. So what I would recommend for you to do is to select Exile's Reach. Exile's Reach is basically a updated beginner zone and you can go through it really fast. It's a small zone where you do some simple quests, pick up a couple of treasures along the way, and the best part of it all is that Exile's Reach can be completed in under an hour if you are not in a hurry. Personally, I almost finish it in 30 minutes every time, but it could be even faster if you are, for example, playing a druid. Because, well, let's be real, like, nothing beats being able to pick up items in your travel form. Now, when you are done with Exile's Reach, you will be either level 10 or 11. For the 10 to 20 part, we are going to use Chromie time and spam dungeons. Now I always choose the Cataclysm timeline because it allows us to queue for classic dungeons. They are very easy and at low levels you will be killing these dungeon mobs and bosses really fast. Also the queue times for these dungeons is around 5 minutes if you are playing a DPS. Sometimes longer, depending on the time of course, but they could also become instant if you are playing, for example, a tank or a healer. Now for those wondering, why the hell would you spam dungeons from 10 to 20? Well, one of the reasons is because at level 20 you will be able to turn on War Mode, and this will provide you with a 10% XP buff. But that buff only works with questing and not inside dungeons. The other reason is that at level 20 your ground mount speed will increase to the maximum speed that it can be. which makes questing just a lot faster and a lot more fun. That's basically how I level up from 10 to 20. The first thing that I do whenever I'm going from level 20 to 30 is enabling war mode, because this will give you an extra 10% increased XP buff. Now, one of the changes that Blizzard made a while ago is that you don't have to buy your riding skill anymore. So the moment you hit level 20, you will have a 100% mount movement, which makes questing a lot faster in these classic zones. So what I do when I reach level 20 on an alliance character is I'll go to either Duskwood or Red Ridge Mountains and just start doing all the quests there till I reach level 30. If I'm playing on Horde, I would go to either Sylvpine Forest or Hillspread Foothills till I reach level 30. Now all these zones have quests that can be completed really fast, especially with a ground mount that has the maximum speed. So yeah, it's that simple. Just quest in these zones till you reach level 30. So at level 30 we unlocked flying, which is great because it allows us to fly over mountains. On level 30 we want to go back to Chromie and select the Draenor timeline. The reason why we want to start questing in Draenor now is because first of all, with flying, we will be able to go from one quest to the other so much faster, and to be honest, it's just so much more efficient than having to quest in Draenor with a mount that can't fly, especially with all those mountains. Also, Draenor has a lot of bonus objectives and treasures which award a good amount of XP. Now, no matter which faction you are on, you really want to do the intro quest for Draenor, because it can be completed really fast and it will give you around 1 or 2 levels. Now, once the intro quest is finished, you want to start doing all the main story quests, a couple of side quests, in either Shadowmoon Valley as Alliance or in Frostfire Ridge if you are on Horde. Now at some point you will reach level 40 and this will unlock the maximum flying speed for your mount, which will make leveling go even faster. By the way, also try to complete all the bonus objectives you can find, since they award a good amount of XP as well. Whenever you have done all that, you should be somewhere between level 45 and 50. Now after completing either Shadowmoon Valley or Frostfire Ridge, I immediately go to Gorgrond. Here you will also do the main quests, some side quests, collect treasures and complete the bonus objectives. Now one thing that makes Gorgrond stand out from the other zones is the fact that there are these high HP elites that will drop a quest whenever you kill them. These quests award a good amount of XP, but these elites aren't that easy to kill, especially alone. So I usually just skip killing them, but here's a tip for those that do want to kill them, pretty easily actually. When you do the intro quests for Gorgrond, you will eventually be able to choose what you want to build, a lumber mill or a fight club. So I would recommend for you to choose the lumber mill. When you do, you will be able to use a shredder once every 10 minutes I think. This shredder deals a huge amount of damage and will make killing these elites a lot easier. I'll have a list of these elites down in the description if you want to know where you can find them. So, once you are done with Gorgrond, you should be level 60, or at least pretty damn close to it. If you did not reach level 60 in Gorgrond, you should do some bonus objectives in Teledor or Spires of Arak. In total, it took me around 5 hours of playtime to reach level 60. It could have been a lot faster, but I played a Warlock, so yeah, they ain't that fast, you know? Man, I hate this part. There are 2 methods that I use to reach level 70 in a decent amount of time. Now, the first method, which is the thing that I mostly use, is questing and making use of the Dream Search buff. The other method is something that you can only do whenever time walking dungeons are available. First up, let's just start with questing. Now, if you've leveled up one character through Dragonflight to max level already, you will have world quests unlocked at level 60. You will have your dragon riding unlocked at level 60, and you will also be able to level in any zone that you want inside the Dragon Isles. So what I usually do whenever I reach level 60 is I go to the portal room in either Stormwind or Orgrimmar and take the portal immediately to the Dragon Isles. Then I look on the map to see where a Dream Search event is going on. For those that don't know, basically every week there will be a zone that gets affected by a Dream Search. When you go to a zone that's affected by it, you will get a 25% increased XP buff while doing content in that zone. Now there's also an NPC where you can vote for a buff that will last around 22 minutes. One of these buffs can be the Dream Search Learnings buff. This will give you an extra 50% increased XP while you are in that zone. So basically you will be able to get 75% increased XP in the zone that's marked as a Dream Search zone, which is great. It's awesome. So I go to a zone that's affected by these Dream Searches. I do all the quests, world quests, and complete all the bonus objectives that I can find along the way. Now, when I'm done with that, I'll go to another zone and basically do the same thing. Usually you will be level 70 by then. If you are not level 70, whenever you've completed 2 zones, just go to the other zone and start questing there or do bonus objectives there. Now, when I'm getting bored from questing and I'm playing a tank, I'll sometimes queue for a dungeon, but if you want to be as fast as possible, I wouldn't recommend it. That's how I mostly level up my characters to level 70. On this warlock, I have around 8 hours and 35 minutes as playtime. Take away an hour or so for being AFK, getting food, etc. I still leveled it in around 7.5 hours, which is decent, but it could have definitely be a lot faster. Now, I just want to mention the other method that I use to reach level 70. As I said earlier, it's by using time walking dungeons to level up fast. Every time you complete a dungeon, you will almost get an entire level. So what I do if I'm playing a DPS is I just start questing while queuing for those dungeons. By doing so, I reach level 70 pretty fast. Now, if I'm playing a tank, it's a different story, because all I do then is just stand in Dragon and spam these time walking dungeons, since they are really easy and they take a short amount of time to complete. Now, the only thing that sucks is that these time walking events aren't up every week, so you gotta wait till they are up. But yeah, that's how I basically level up my characters from 1 to 70 in an average time of 7 to 8 hours, depending on the class I'm playing, of course. But before I'm going to end this video, I just have to mention a couple of other ways you could level up to level 70. Because otherwise, I'm sure I'll have some mauling people yelling in the comment section below. So, this is probably the most known option. It's getting a boost. Now, you can buy a boost in the store, right, for like $60 or 60 euros. But that's not the kind of boost that I'm talking about. This is basically a boost where you pay a player to boost you from 1 to 70 in 3 hours. Or if you are someone that doesn't like the 60 to 70 leveling, like a lot of people, you just pay someone 100k gold and they will boost you to 70 in 50 minutes. So another way to level up is by only questing in Draenor. Since Draenor is great for questing, you could also just select the Draenor timeline whenever you can and basically start questing in Draenor till you reach level 60. Personally, I enjoy questing in Draenor a lot more whenever I'm able to fly, but if you don't care and just want to stay in one place, then this is something you could do. Now, another way to level up is by spamming dungeons. I used to do this a lot, just spamming dungeons while questing. If you don't care about how fast you level up, or if you want some variation, you can just start queuing for dungeons over and over all the way to level 70. Now, I stopped doing this because sometimes you end up with a group that consists of 4 randoms, and they have in total a IQ of 4, which makes going through that dungeon a nightmare. Now, when time walking is up, I make an exception. Basically, whenever time walking is up, you will be able to queue for those time walking dungeons, and the requirement to queue for them is level 35. So whenever you reach level 35, you can just spam those dungeons all the way to level 70 if you want. And I gotta be honest with you, it goes pretty fast. Now, the last method is an old one, because there are actually people that do this. There are people that don't like anything else besides PvP, so they just start spamming BGs all the way up to level 70. It is possible to level up that way, but don't expect it to go that fast. So yeah, that's it for all the ways that you can level up. Now, in the end, it's all about what you enjoy the most. Leveling fast is fun and all, but if you don't enjoy rushing quests or the zones that I recommend for you to level in, just go to another zone, queue up for dungeons, do whatever the hell you want, because eventually you will still hit level 70. The most important thing is still that you do what you want to do and enjoy it. Anyway, guys, that's all I have for you today. If this video was helpful, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Also, if you have any questions or maybe some other method to reach level 70 in a fast way, just let me know in the comment section below. As always, thanks for watching, have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.